welcome to another episode of We're Never Truly Alone. I am Tiffany Rice, your favorite spirit medium, along with one of my besties, Mark James Dunn. I feel like I'm an announcer for
It's perfect.
for a tournament.
It's good. And I have my number one companion here with us today as well. This is Griffin. Oh, he's already bored. So bored.
Special guest.
Special guest. But
how's your week going?
oh, what a weird week.
It really
Right?
has been. It's been
Up and down.
We went to New York City.
Oh yeah.
We went to New York City for the night.
For the night. That was fun.
We filmed a podcast there,
With
and
our
it was a
friends.
whirlwind. Yes.
It was really in and out, but it felt like a week.
I know, and then we have to go back.
And we had to go back, and we had to go back again.
And again, and again, and again. Anyway, so I've been trying to keep my energy up, which it's been so difficult because it really was a whirlwind. And I just
know.
feel like I'm exhausted. Anyways,
I know, maybe that's what it is.
so I have to tell you something, Mark.
Okay, I'm ready. Am I ready though?
I don't know. I thought
Am I
this
ever
whole
ready?
summer, I was doing really well
Mm-hmm.
with watching what I ate and working out. I was getting out more. I was being more active.
Yeah.
And I bought this dress, a black dress from Skims, and I said, you know what, I'm going to wear this dress when I
It's
go
a
to
good
New
purchase. I mean, if you want to feel good about yourself.
Right. And so I put the dress on,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw myself in the mirror, and I was actually kind of harsh on myself. And I felt like I looked a little...
Not yourself?
Not myself. Yeah, I just
Mm.
felt like I didn't look like myself, and I didn't know if it was because of the heat or what. But then I started to go down this rabbit hole of self-hate and
I know that happens. And you think, okay, well, especially the summer, because we're always like obviously wearing less clothes. We're going you're going to pool parties, you're going to the beach, you're seeing people you don't see in a long time because the winter we hibernate. So then in the summer, we're going to be out there with people we haven't seen and we're not wearing clothes.
Exactly.
Or you want to look your best because you want to feel your best and be bright and energetic, right? Sometimes it has nothing to do with your body. It just has to do with your spirit.
Right. So I had to actually mentally check myself, thinking like, okay, is this just a moment that I'm having, or am I like this all the time? And I can remember like going way back to third grade
Mm-hmm.
was, I feel like, when it started for me. And I had...
Did you feel like you saw yourself in third grade in that mirror?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because I remember I had a brand new yellow sweatcedo. So matching sweatshirt,
Sweet.
matching
I feel like I had the same
sweatshirt and sweatpants. And it was bright yellow. And I used to wear my hair in French braids because I had long blonde hair. So I was ready for my school picture. It was the classroom picture.
Mm-hmm.
And all the girls had dresses on, and I had my sweatcedo sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, sweating.
But hey, I was comfy. Anyways, and I remember I sat down in the chair, and I looked at my thighs.
Stop. How old were you?
I was in third grade, and I looked at my thighs, and like anybody, when you sit down, your thighs spread, right? Like your thighs
They just end up getting bigger. Can you say?
Exactly. And
Speaking of big thighs.
big Griffin. And so basically it brought me back to that. And then, growing up, I can remember certain moments, even like going through puberty, like your hormones are off the charts. And I'm sure it's different for being a guy to a girl.
Yeah, it's definitely way different.
But I just
It is
remember
different.
like right before puberty, I just like was just swollen everywhere, and I remember just like looking at myself and really like seeing my friends. I had this one friend that was always so petite and tiny, and I wasn't.
Yeah, and a lot of people aren't, especially before puberty, right?
Right.
We go through these weird, awkward stages,
Yeah.
and when it hits us in those times, it like sticks with us forever. It's so hard to let go. It's so hard to let go of those images or those feelings.
Right.
It literally carries with you forever, and it's like, oh, I remember. You had to get out of it.
Right.
And you can't.
And for the longest time, I went through a really skinny phase when I was 19.
As we all do.
Because I worked at the mall, and all I did was drink like lemonade. because I couldn't afford to buy anything.
And
So
like weird snacks.
yeah, weird snacks, and it was like
Anne's
everybody.
pretzels.
Right. Yes. Auntie Anne's pretzels. I worked at Cinnabon.
Wait, Cinnabon,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was my first
And
job.
then what's the one always across from Cinnabon, the shake one? The
Orange Julius.
Yes.
Yes. So
Why were
I
they
mean,
always were they working together? I feel like
probably
they
at
were.
some point.
But that was our like
That's what we used
our
to
route,
have. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then it brings me back to moments in my life. So that was the original moment when I realized weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I gave myself a hard time for that. And then, which was just so ridiculous.
Which
but
is
I did.
ridiculous because like you don't have an ego when you're that young.
Right. But I saw myself and I was like, why all these other girls are petite, little and petite, and then I'm in a sweatcedo. But that's okay. I mean, I rocked it. I loved it. I wear sweatcedos today.
Yeah, I mean,
You
why
know,
not?
but then, you know, as I got older in my teens, again, I went through this skinny phase where I didn't really eat. And then as in my 20s, I started to just hold on to the look that I wanted when I was 19. But as I aged, you know, things change. Things change. And I can remember just the almost feeling a lot of people my age, like even the girls were like, well, I'm not going to eat that sundae. That's not good for you. So I'm not going to eat the sundae. I'm going to go with the salad. And I remember just saying like, well, why not? I love Sundays. I want to live my life. And I still kind of have that mentality.
Yeah.
But I still have these hiccups with me looking at myself in the mirror and not feeling my best. You know, so as we age, our bodies change and our weight is distributed in different areas now, you know, and you can't just eat a bag of chips and walk around the block and your stomach's flat anymore. It's like you have to really be committed to it. So I guess
I just feel, I don't know.
my question is, right, because here I am still struggling with this 30 years later. And it's like, when does that ever stop?
I don't think it's ever going to stop. Because it's like, here we are as human beings. As we know, we're human beings and they're spiritual beings. Our spirit self doesn't give a shit about our body at all.
Right.
At all. Like there's no body. So there's no connection to our body, which is weird, right, to think about. But then there's our biological human self that the spirit lives in. And that has an ego to connect the soul. So like the ego is always trying to protect us. It's saying we should eat or you should kind of survive.
Right.
So unfortunately, in this world we live in, it's so fast paced that the ego thinks we have to survive by our counterparts or the people that we surround ourselves with, and that equals success.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
So like we just think subconsciously that we have to maintain this certain image. But it's just because our ego is trying to
get in the
help
way.
us and get in the way.
Get in the way.
Which is annoying because our ego is never going to go away, and it is helpful, and people are like, oh, the ego's bad. It is basically bad, but it's not. It's because we're evolving, so we don't really know how to.
Right.
Right? Am I wrong?
Right.
Like
I
just
guess
feel
this
like
is
it's
just
never going to
my
go away.
human side. I'm sharing my human side with you because
Yeah.
all the time I'm in that spiritual sense where I'm like, guys, you have to remember our body is just a vehicle. We have to take
Yeah, but
care
you're
of
so
it
human.
and then we just move on. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's why I'm sharing it because I know that there's a lot of people
sorry.
listening where no matter how much, and again, as we age, everything changes, you know? So it's like just trying to get ahead of the curve here. And that little moment in that black dress brought me way back to 3rd grade in that yellow sweatcedo that I wore. And that's where it started. And I mean, as you know, because you were with me when I was wearing the black dress, I was like, let's get food, you know. And we ended up on the train home and we got 2 pieces
of cake.
2 pieces
From
of cake.
Magnolia's Bakery. We got coconut cake and
red
chocolate
velvet.
cake.
Yeah, red velvet. And so, I mean, I clearly.
Like we literally needed it.
Right. So, I mean, did you ever
Yes.
go through body positivity? 'Cause
All the day long.
one thing I want you guys at home, I have to share the story. Mark had a pride party. He's like, come to the pride party. And I'm like, okay, I'll go, you know, and I wore my rainbow colors.
You did. It was so
support.
cute.
I love you guys, you know. I walked into a pool party of freaking models, like six packs everywhere.
I mean,
And I was joking. I was like kidding myself because I kept saying to Mark, I'm like, is that one gay? I don't know if that one's gay. He's like, Tiff, they're all gay. This is a pride party. And I'm like, are you
if
sure?
they have a six pack, they're gay.
All these beautiful men.
Well, see, now it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing as I go with what a lot of women go through in the gay culture. It's just, we never really knew how to, growing up, we never knew how to, I don't know, look or feel. Like, we just thought we had to have a certain image to be liked, to get attention. And that's the ego again, trying to survive.
Right.
Because we need to survive, right? We're always trying to survive. So
we're in survival mode.
Or find a fit or find a family and feel safe. So I feel like that's the easiest way to feel safe in this world, this shitty world that we live in. But I'm just kidding. I'm not. But yeah, like exactly. So like the Pride Party, some people go manic about that, or even like 4th of July is a big time for the gay community, and everyone's in bathing suits and everyone's subconsciously feeling like they have to have this body to feel like someone that they like is going to be attracted to them. And I since I came out later, it's actually funny because I never cared about what I really like what my weight was, or like if I had a six pack or like anything, until I came out. Which is so weird. And I actually think about that a lot, because I'm like, oh, because I had a girlfriend for a little bit, it's weird to think about, but I never really cared about what my physical body was pertaining. Like, I wasn't comparing my body to other people.
Right.
To other men. I wasn't doing that until I came out, and then I was dating. And then I was on these apps, and I was like, oh my God, I need to look this way, because I started competing, surviving. I need to act this way or be this certain person to be liked and feel like I am attractive. Like, look at me, I'm attractive. So it's been years of breaking that habit. But again, I go up and down. I know I feel like at my best right now in terms of being happy about my body and being happy about myself. But it's come a long way. I mean, every day is different. I don't know. The other day I felt like I was so fat.
Right.
Because I didn't go to the gym for a week.
Right. And
really?
what's your take? Because there's so many, when we talk about body positivity, we can talk about Botox, we can talk about M-Sculpt, sculpting. There's
all
so many,
stuff.
it's not just
Everyone
even
does
weight.
Botox.
It's just, again, as we age, I'm like, where do those crow's feet,
All those smile lines.
Yeah, the smile lines. Even when I go to my dermatologist, she goes, you have great smile lines. I'm like,
You're
really?
like, really, Betsy? Shut the fuck up.
So yes, I mean, and I'm all for, if you guys are listening at home and you're like, okay, well, it's all about weight here. It's not all about weight. It's about just
all that.
All
shit
of that.
Too.
All of that. Botox. I've gotten Botox.
Oh yeah. No, I love that stuff. I don't even, again, going from the soul to the person, the body. Our body is just like a little mobile car, right? We're just in it. We're driving it. And it does nothing to do with who you are as a person.
Yes, exactly.
So your body is just here.
It brings you back down to that spiritual connection, your true authentic self.
Mind, body, soul, right? You always tell me that.
Right.
All three connected. But it also has to do with if you are happy with yourself, yourself, not your body. Let's take that away. And you're 100% secure. And you're happy and moving forward, and then you have your body, I feel, and if you're not happy with it, I think the number one thing to do is just be grateful that you have a body, that you're standing, that you're walking, or if you're in a wheelchair, thank God you have assistance to push you in the wheelchair and you're still alive. Or you have eyes, or you have perfect vision, or I have these glasses to help, or whatever it is. I have beautiful hair, or I have perfect eye. Whatever it is, just be grateful, and then that can move you forward, because I feel and then you can do the things.
Right.
But those things are not going to make you happy.
Right.
But if you are aligned, with your soul and you're grateful for your surroundings, and you're happy that you're just happy with your
Right.
body, as in like
Right.
it's working
With yourself.
with
yeah.
yourself, and then go do the stuff. Who cares?
And exactly. And it's funny because I did an event in the beginning of the summer, and the people that saw me, they're like, Tiff, you're glowing. And I'm like, could it be the spray tan? Because I did have a spray tan.
Maybe the diamond glow facial that we love.
Exactly. but it was because I was exuding just
See?
pure happiness. So it really
God, that
doesn't
is-
matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And it's okay to have that human side where you're like, oh, okay, maybe the stress was the poor choice, whatever. It's okay to have these hiccups, but it's all about being able
Yeah.
to move forward and just honoring, like,
Oh my
when
God.
I'm in a good space,
You will glow.
I will glow. And so many times I will be the first one to tell you that I am not one for fashion. I'm not a fashionista.
Mhm.
I tend to buy things that fit awkwardly. I don't know, I'm just, that's who I am.
That's okay.
However, it's not about the fashion. It's about how people are connected to me on such a
Mhm.
higher level
Yeah.
because of what it is. So basically,
They're probably not even looking at what you're wearing. They're just like,
they don't
they
even
want
care.
to hear what you're saying.
They don't even
And
care.
but that's who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's who you are, though. So
Exactly.
like the same thing with all this getting stuff done. It's like I think it's more of the letting go of the needing it and like the addiction part. I feel like if you go too far, that's a whole other thing. Like you don't
Well,
need it, right? Like
right.
okay, I
I
get
mean-
Botox. I've done filler for my face to get not like my face, but just for my accident. Like
We both have done tri-lift.
we did Tri-Lift with our friend Mary. That's like electrocutes your face.
Yes.
And then, I've done M Sculpt, which is like another. I mean, it also doesn't. Just to try it, because I love this shit. Like, I'm just kind of like, does this actually work? I have no idea how to do it for myself to see.
So I guess when we consider all of these opportunities that we have to change ourselves, right? Whether
Mhm.
it's going to the doctor to get surgery done, or fillers, or Botox, or M-Sculpt, or co-sculpting, skin tightening. There's so many things because we live in a society where you have to fix and lift and nip and tuck things
We
in
do.
order to be seen. And that's not true. It's as long as we are, focused in on our true soul
Mhm.
and just being a good person.
Yep.
It's about how we take care of our vehicle, which is our body.
Yep. That's
So
all it is.
drink your water, wear your sunscreen.
Do your protein shake.
Yes,
That's
and
it.
and
Have an apple.
do things in moderation, because you know what? Of course, I know sugar is bad, and especially all those biohackers out there that are like, sugar's the number one,
It's all in
like
moderation.
aging
though.
and right. Like honestly, live your life, use the moderation. Don't be
Yeah.
so hard on yourself. Like I was so bothered that hiccup of mine, looking at myself in the mirror in that black dress, that whole day I thought to myself, oh, maybe I shouldn't eat the pizza. Maybe I shouldn't have the pasta that we had for lunch. Maybe, and it didn't ruin the rest of the day, because obviously, like I said, we had cake after, but for that moment I got wrapped up in it.
But what's another thing I was thinking about is that we all have these ups and downs. Like every single person, every single animal, every single creature on this earth has a good day and a bad day. We're not perfect. There's no such thing as perfection. There really isn't. And it's okay. Yeah, I think it's sometimes we have to just live in that moment for like a little bit and just start. It's okay to feel those feelings and just be like, oh, okay, this is my, what is this here?
Realize it's an ego.
What is it? Like, is
Yeah.
it my depression? Like, what is it that's bothering you?
Depression, survival mode.
Yeah, like maybe I'm not saying you, but like maybe it's like too much exercise. Maybe it's too much caring about myself. Maybe I
Right.
need to let go more.
Right.
Maybe it's the opposite of things.
Well, because I can remember, this was a little while ago, we were at your pool and you were like, oh, I don't know, should I do M-Sculpt again? And like, for the record, girls, guys, whoever's listening, Mark has a 6-pack. Okay. And I just
Now,
like,
thank you. I'm so
oh my gosh. No, but I just looked at him and I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I saw beauty, because you're my friend and we are soulfully
I
connected,
know.
right?
See, that's the other thing.
But then you were in your
I don't know.
mindset of like just not feeling good about yourself. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. Like after I put my makeup on, I did what I wanted to do in the black dress. And when I met you in the lobby, you were like, oh my gosh, you look gorgeous, you know?
See?
And it was
And
because,
you're like, yeah, but my left eye drop isn't.
right.
It's like,
I was
what?
like, yeah, but look at my arm.
No one's looking at that.
Right, exactly.
But that's so funny. Isn't
Nobody's
that so
paying
funny?
much attention to you as you think they are.
I know.
Nobody cares.
No one gives a
Nobody
shit.
Nobody
you know
cares.
What? That is so fun. That's another thing. Like, how many times have you said, "Oh, I need Botox," and how many people will be like, "You don't need that,"
Right.
or someone's always gonna be like, "You don't need that. You look beautiful the way you are," but you're like, "Can you just let me fucking have it?"
Right, exactly.
Just
It
give me
just
some-
makes me feel good.
Just let me do it. But then like, just do it.
Just do it.
So
yeah.
I feel like that's another thing. Like, don't drown yourself in other people's thoughts. I think whatever you want to do and how you want to do it, how your soul needs help or is trying to talk to you, then do that.
Right.
Maybe your soul is just saying, hey, maybe you should go to the gym a little more.
Right.
Maybe you should go for a walk. Maybe you should, I don't know,
But all
not
that
go for a walk and watch TV for the day.
exactly.
Not go to the gym. Maybe you should sit around and maybe you should get into Sunday because you're on vacation.
Right.
It's all about balance.
And passing the creamery today, the ice cream creamery, on the way to your house,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, ice cream by the pool sounds nice.
We
So
can still do that.
I think we probably will and celebrate body positivity
Yes.
because it really is, guys.
I eat ice cream every day.
At the end of the day, like we only have this one lifetime, so they
Thank
say,
you.
right?
Yes.
We only have this one life. Obviously, don't go overboard on things. Be
Yep.
mindful of the things that you are putting into your body.
Yep.
You know, but we
It's
only have this
balance.
one life, and
I
that's
know.
one thing. Like I hear from so many females are like, oh well, this is low carb and this is gluten free and this
No.
is like it's great to be mindful. excuse me, of what you're putting into your body, but at the same time, if you want the ice cream, get the freaking ice cream.
Ice cream.
You know, get the donut. Like if I'm gonna go to a
Who
gourmet
cares?
donut shop, I'm gonna get a freaking donut.
Yeah.
I love it. You know, get the cream in your coffee.
Oh, you were in my head. You were in my head because it's so funny when I order. Okay, so no, there's like when you order friggin' coffee these days, no
Right.
one orders cream.
Right.
Everyone gets oat milk, almond milk, coconut milk, milk. Like there's all these like grass milk. I don't know,
Yeah.
all these different milks, and I'm like, can I have cream? And they look at me like with like 18 heads. They're like, you still use cream? You freak. I'm like, yeah, I use
Right.
cream.
Right.
Like my mom. Okay.
right.
And she's from Quincy, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna use cream till I die. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna die tomorrow. So
Well, you
I
never
could die
know.
tomorrow. So
Hey,
it's like I'm gonna
exactly.
use cream.
You never know.
And you know what's so funny? Because when I was gonna buy oat milk, because I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just look at this oat creamer. Maybe I should just try it. And I'm pretty healthy otherwise. Like I like having my cream in my coffee, and I like being,
right.
you know, I'll have like a Danish or
right.
sometimes.
Right.
But like, I looked at the ingredients, and there was so much more shit in the fake
yes.
oat creamer
Yes.
than just the cream. The cream was just literally cream.
right.
Grass. If even I got the organic whatever, it was cleaner than the clean oat
Exactly.
shit. So I just use
Exactly.
it, and I'm fine
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, and that's
It's
what it is.
balance.
It's just being, exactly. It's being open and having a little bit of that balance and moderation.
Yeah.
And enjoying your freaking life. So you guys that are listening out there, if you put on that outfit today and you're giving yourself a hard time, just know that you're a freaking god and goddess, and it doesn't
yeah.
really matter. And nobody's looking
You
at you the
are.
way that you look at yourself. So look at yourself in the mirror and just say, I'm a freaking goddess.
Yes,
because
because you are. Like you literally came from heaven. So like, act like it.
Yeah, you came from Stardust, right? We're all here from freaking.
We came from a source, and we're
Stardust.
here. We're like just let go of that ego that's just drilling in your head. No one's gonna look like Kim.
Right.
No one. Because she doesn't even look like her. It's
right.
all CGI. Let's be real.
Yes. Yes.
It's all editing. You know, you can wear her stuff. I love her stuff. So like wear it and be cool and like feel good about it. But
And the other thing, it's so freaking expensive
I
to
know.
keep up on
so
surgeries
expensive.
and maintenance in that
It's
category.
not
I mean,
healthy.
again, if that is what makes you feel good, all the power to you, go for it. But I'm just saying, what makes you feel even better is really loving yourself inside and out.
Yep.
And taking
Radiate.
and allow yourself to glow and really focus in on
Oh, I love
loving
that.
yourself and loving your soul. Because at the end of, I keep saying at the end of the day, but that's what people are connected with, is that. because that's the vibration that you're giving out. So you're not your body. You're your soul encompassed in a beautiful vessel.
Oh.
So, all right.
Well, I guess I gotta go to the gym now. No, just kidding.
Looks like we're doing laps in the pool before we eat that ice cream.
I know. I'm definitely getting ice cream.
I know. I
Let's
feel
get
like
ice
that's
cream.
good. So that's a good thing. Good thing.
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, what about like with your, like, do you have any suggestions for people in your community? I mean, together we're all just humans, but I know that we all just kind of struggle.
Like, yeah, I feel like we just got to let go of, I feel like, we just kind of have to let go a little bit and be a little more compassionate on people going through certain things. I think that's really important because we don't really know where anyone is in their moment. Maybe they're just starting their fitness journey, or maybe they're kind of getting over their fitness journey, or maybe they're just rocking it.
And let go of the filters.
Yeah, let go of the filters.
We live in a filtered
my
world.
God. Let go of the
with everything. Just let go of the filters.
It's just toxic. It's just anything that you feel like is becoming toxic and you start to see it in your life repeatedly and you kind of start to become addicted to it. I think you have to kind of step back and be like, what is reality? Like, what is this reality? Is this just, is this other people's impression and I'm just living through it?
Look at the people in the 80s. Right?
Oh my God.
Look at the movies from the 80s and how people were. There's just so
or even
much
their
more
bodies.
natural. Yeah, that's what I mean. Their bodies were natural.
Look at JFK. So hot, so stylish. Oh, JFK Jr. Hot, stylish, had a beautiful girlfriend, lived in New York City. So he had like he wasn't built like these OnlyFans gays. Like they were just like they weren't. No one looked like that.
Right.
So like all the steroids, like go ahead, take the testosterone. If it makes you happy and you want to get bigger, go ahead. But it's not going to make your soul. You're not becoming exactly the soulful person. Like maybe you are. I don't know. I actually shouldn't say that. I guess maybe there is a place where you can be happy with your inside and your body. But I think when it starts to become toxic and become more a part of your life to do that than other things.
When you get too obsessed.
Obsessed with it.
That's what it is. It's like, that's what I mean. It's okay to have these hiccups. I think hiccups are normal. And then we're like, all right, we're not in survival mode. We don't have to think like that. We just have to love ourselves.
Yeah,
but sometimes people get so obsessed where I feel like they need to kind of reel it in a little bit and do some self-love. It's all about that self-love. So it's an expensive game, guys.
Really,
if you keep getting those surgeries and then, the
inner saboteur will get you.
Yeah.
No matter what age you are, it's gonna be there. So I think, it's gonna be a lifelong lesson for us. It's never gonna end. But
love the body you're in.
Yeah.
Love the fact that you're able to move and flow and feel, touch, smell, hear, see, because those are the gifts that were given to you. And just moderation is key, and take care and love the vessel known as your body.
Yeah. A lot of people don't, unfortunately, get to, not everyone in this world has these, privileges of walking, of
seeing, hearing,
like hearing or tasting or, all these like really sensitive subjects. And it's kind of a mindful tool to kind of travel, I think, and to kind of see what other people are up to in the real world.
Right.
And kind of look around and stop looking at yourself.
Right.
I think stop looking at yourself in the mirror. Look in the mirror and feel yourself, but like sometimes it's okay to put down Instagram, stop looking in the mirror and look around, because not everyone is perfect.
We're not meant to be perfect, because there is really no idea what perfect is.
Yeah, and I think maybe put your heart towards others. Be grateful when you see others in other positions, and just put your heart to them and give them a little something. You don't have to say anything, but just kind of be there for them in spirit, and just kind of let it go. And I think that helps.
Well, you guys, if you're listening and if you're struggling with your body or the way that you feel about yourself, just know that myself and Mark love you, and we are sending you so much.
We're here for your journey.
Exactly. Thank you guys for listening. Look at yourself in the mirror and just repeat, I am so loved and I radiate on the highest vibrational ever. And all that is meant to me will automatically be attracted to me. So, on that being
Ooh.
said, guys, have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.